everyone, welcome to my channel Love Grows Tarot. I'm here to do a tarot card reading for the sun sign of Aquarius in the month of May. If you like my readings, please subscribe. If you want notifications of upcoming readings, please ring the bell. Comments are very welcome. Thank you. I will leave descriptions in the description box below. Donations are very welcome as well. Go to paypal.me/lovegrowstarot and you can leave your donations there. They're very useful and very helpful. Follow me on Instagram and do a daily reading there. #lovegrowstarot. These are general readings, so they're not going to resonate with absolutely everybody. The energies and themes of these readings will also take place in the future, so you can come back and review these readings at any time. I am guided by the tarot cards and spirit. I just keep shuffling until the appropriate card presents itself. I will begin with 3 opening cards, your past, your present, and your future. And we'll just find out what energies are lingering there and how they can be helpful for you going forward. Then I follow with the rest of the reading and then end with the ending card. So let's get started with this reading for the sun sign of Aquarius in the month of May. Dear Spirit, what from the past does Aquarius need to know about? So we have the 3 of Pentacles, which is a nice card. The 3 of Pentacles is when you're being recognized. It's also a card of partnerships, commissions, your work's starting to take form in many ways and people are starting to notice, so there's a lot of opportunity coming your way. So in the past you might have been very successful getting things up off the ground, your career, your projects. If it is continuing with you, keep up the good work and keep up whatever it is that you're doing. Allow a little bit more of that to flow into your life at this moment. If you have stopped your projects, or maybe if they have taken a different turn, try and rein them in and get back to where you were, because there's still a very active energy there for you of success. So that's something to think about for you the month of May. Just sort of look at the projects, the way that you're doing them, the way you did them in the past, and maybe you can make a connection there, and the connection of how you are now and things from the past might really work out well. It might be like a key to taking your work up to the next level. So what does Aquarius need to know about in the present moment? Dear Spirit, what does Aquarius need to know about now, here in the present, that can bring some more positive energy, that can allow for more flow, more doors of opportunity opening? What in the present does Aquarius need to know about? Dear Spirit, Aquarius. So we have the Queen of Swords. So the queens are the masters of the feminine realm. They're much like the kings, but they're the feminine energy, the yin energy. Swords are your air signs, so it's going to be Aquarius, it's going to be Gemini, and it's going to be Libra. So make note of people within those sun signs. You, of course, are of that sun sign. So the Queen is very forthright. She speaks quite openly, she speaks directly, she speaks truthfully. She doesn't fluff anything up, and she doesn't like when others speak untruths or try to hide things or aren't being straightforward. She's not emotionally detached to relationships. She enjoys her relationships, but she's not overly emotional. She's more intellectual. So when we see the court cards, we are either going to experience these type of personalities coming into our lives. We already have these personalities into our lives, and they might be teaching us lessons, mentoring us, just giving us some good advice. Or maybe a part of you, because you are an air sign, you need to step up a bit more. Maybe you are not being as direct, and not being as truthful, and not being as honest as you possibly could be. She's a master, so she She is doubles down on what she's doing. So if you need improvements in any areas of your projects or your career, now would be a good time for you to really think about putting more energy into it. And especially because we have the Three of Pentacles from the past, which is a very grounded energy. Bringing that up forward with the Queen in the state that she's in, because she is more masterful than she was back then. And bonding these two energies together might be something that, a combination that gives you a lot of really positive opportunities. I don't know why I can't speak today. It's just one of those days. Okay, so the future card. So we have the Nine of Pentacles. So we have the Queen, who is bookmarked by the Nine of Pentacles. So we have Pentacles from the past and Pentacles from the future. The Nine of Pentacles is a card of refinement and luxury, somebody that has created their own reality, somebody that has done the hard work and now is reaping the rewards, somebody who might be in a position to travel to places or go to places like 5-star hotels or luxury estates, or sort of, connect with those kind of people and work within that realm. So that's your future card coming up. We have the Queen here in the middle. So she's looking forward to this in the future, but she just wants to make sure that she's also an independent energy. So she stands alone. A lot of times this Queen will have experienced a lot of hardship in her past, but she uses that hardship and she turns that into creative energy. She may be divorced, she may be widowed, she may be just more of a solitary figure. That doesn't necessarily mean that that's what's going to happen to you, but she's very sort of independent that way, and she is resourceful, and she can get back on her feet, and she can use that any negative energy and turn it into positive creative energy. So that's also something for you to think about, Aquarius, if you feel that maybe there's a lot of like pressure, or you're feeling overwhelmed, or you're feeling a bit negative. Try and turn that into a more creative outlet, and you'll start seeing a lot better results. What else does Aquarius need to know about for the month of May? The month of May, Aquarius. What does Aquarius need to know about for the month of May? So we have more Pentacles. So this month, there's a lot of focus on your finances and your material possessions and just your material world in general and what you're creating in a tangible way. So this is a work card. So continue to work. Continue to work hard. Continue to create new ideas, ways to do things differently, because you're going to start reaping the rewards, and you're going to see it internally, and you're going to see it externally. So things will start coming your way. It could be literal awards, or just bigger opportunities, or maybe finances come in order for you to put back into your craft. But the idea here is to keep on working. An apprenticeship for some of you might open up, so opportunities there, and dive into it and just like get in there and do the work. What else does Aquarius need to know about in the month of May? Month of May for our dear Aquarians. What do they need to know about for the month of May? So we have the Emperor. We have two here. So we have the Emperor, and this is a major arcana card. So this is a life lesson. So take these cards seriously. The Emperor is the father figure of the major arcana. So if you've had indifferences or issues with authoritarian figures or father figures, there's a lesson coming up for you. This is also an Aries, so if that represents someone close to you. The Emperors have your best interest in mind. They want you to set strong foundations, and they want you to establish yourself and reach your goals. But they're very stern, and they're very strict, and they're very like, you have to do it this way. And a lot of that can be pushy. You push against it because especially when you're younger, because you don't realize the valuable information and that you're getting from this more this more fatherly kind of authoritarian kind of figure. So the Emperor is coming around for you again, so you might have to revisit this kind of energy and how you respond to this kind of energy, and if you push back from this kind of energy, that real strong kind of masculine kind of yang energy. You are of yang too, because you are an air sign, but you might have figure out how you respond to that kind of energy, and really sort of take yourself back and turn to this energy in a new perspective way, and let go of that pushing and let go of that wall, and try and let some of this in and process it, and do so in a way that even if you agree to disagree, at least do that, Don't just keep pushing, because there's something there. You've got a life lesson here to learn. And then we have the Hierophant. So this is another major arcana card, so it's another life lesson. So they're big events as well. So the Hierophant is traditional values. It also represents traditional religious values, just values in general. So for some of you, and it also represents anything that takes place within a religious context. So that would be like a wedding, or a bar mitzvah, or a baptism, or something that you do under that institute, that's kind of a religious institute. So for you, there's a lesson here about getting back to your core values. Maybe you, maybe you turned in a different direction, or maybe you left that behind, that faith behind. Maybe go back and revisit it and figure out what's going on there. It's also, for some people, they might actually go down a spiritual path, and they're getting to the point where they're actually knowledgeable enough and to sit in front of a group of people and just inspire them and get the message out in a really sort of like true, honest way. So you've got two life lessons. You've got this authoritarian figure, and then you've got this very sort of true value, religious kind of figure. So maybe you're setting up foundations for something. Maybe for some of you are taking a spiritual path. If you are going to take a spiritual path and you're working your way towards that, make sure that you have a strong foundation. You've got the knowledge, you know what you're doing, you've set your plans down to go forward, and then and just start gaining that audience and that reputation, and do it in a way that's very true and authentic to you. All right, what else does Aquarius need to know about in the month of May? The month of May for Aquarius. Okay, so we have another major arcana card. So now we have like the opposite side of the coin in the Devil here. So another life lesson. So you have the Hierophant, which is more of your more of a religious kind of energy, and then you have the Devil, which is a little bit more frivolous, more of a tempting, addictive kind of energy, And we have two cards here, and maybe there's a sway. Maybe you're divided between the two. Sometimes with the Devil, though, it's just merely a fact of like maybe your life is out of balance, and maybe you're putting more energy into the playful side of you, or the side that sort of stimulating side of you, and you're not putting enough into your work, because we have the work card here. We have an authoritarian figure, and then we have a core values, and then we pop up with the Devil. So really think about what the Devil means to you at this point in your life. The Devil is around us all the time. The Devil's there when we work hard all week long, and then we go on the weekend, we're like, I'm just going to hang out with my friends, I'm going to have a couple of drinks, we're going to get loose, and we're going to have some fun. That's kind of a Devil energy. But within that energy, if it takes you in too far, if you walk too far along with the Devil, You're going to get to a point where addiction set in, there's lots of temptations, and then when you turn around to come back, the devil will have disappeared, and you're on your own in this huge situation that you've got yourself into. It's also about relationships, and relationships that are more lustful than they are heartfelt, more sexual than they are heartfelt. So there might be situations in your relationships right now where you are reviewing them, or thinking about them, or thinking about the dynamic in them, or thinking about where you've come, because maybe you have come into a place where your true authentic self is really revealing itself. That's sort of underneath you all, and maybe this had been a facade for a long time, that you were like, yeah, I want to be that person, and I'm just gonna like pretend that I'm and I'm having fun, and then the road gets really rocky, and then it kind of turns, and the relationships kind of turn, and you're seeking more out of life. So this is where you might be with the devil. So you got 3 big cards here. 3 life lessons for the month of May. Big energies. But continue with your work, because that's going to be important for you to get through all of this. Especially with the devil, like, if the devil's taking you away from things that that make you feel whole, like if it's your projects or your work or your career, and that makes you feel so much better, and then somebody just draws you back into maybe a lifestyle that has become habitual, that you're just kind of used to, that you just kind of like, oh yeah, I'm here, and oh yeah, this is a part of my life, but I really want it to be this. You might be going through those kind of changes this month. Oh, and then we have another major arcana. Holy smokes, Aquarius. Big turning pages in your life right now. This year is going to be a big year for you, and a lot of lessons here. So we have the Chariot after the Devil, after the Hierophant, after the Emperor. So 1, 2, 3, 4, bang, big cards in a row. So the Chariot is about you, and about your drive, and about your energy, and about your successes, and about where you want to go, and it's about building your own reality, and it's all about you. It's a very like Manipura, solar plexus chakra. So that's like you creating your reality. So it comes into the picture. And it's you in the driver's seat. Like, you can get out of any situation that you want to get out of. You might be blocked by fear, or you might be blocked by your own doubt, or feelings that you're stuck somewhere. And the Chariot's just telling you that you can get out, but you have to be the one that goes. You have to be the one that decides, like, I'm getting in the driver's seat and I'm going. So that's going to be a big thing for you, Aquarius. We're following a little path here, and it's kind of like very interesting. But if you put the work in, and you just have a strong belief in yourself, then it's going to work out. And this is the work card, and this is a lot of work. These life lessons are work cards as well, but they're going to make the big changes in your life. And then we have another major arcana card. Oh, Aquarius. It's all good though. It's all good. You're gonna feel a lot of pressure, inner pressure, and you're gonna, to make these changes. And you might be at a point in your life that you have outgrown something. You've gone to the next level, and what was satisfying, what filled you up in the past is no longer really, it's not doing it anymore. Your growth has had so much that you are looking in new horizons, and you want to go forward, and the past is kind of holding you back a bit. So the devil's that kind of thing, because the devil here, we have 2 people, and they have chains around their necks, but they're not really chained, they're just sort of chained to each other. And then that's sort of a hard thing, because you can get in relationships and then you sort of feel like guilty or obligated or something, where you're tied to this person. That could be the case with the devil for some of you. The Tower is big, bold, dramatic changes that can seemingly come out of the blue. But these changes are necessary to get you to the next level. Going through them is a challenge, but when you look back in hindsight, you'll realize just what that impact was for, and how if you hadn't had that change, your life, you would never have experienced the newness that's coming towards you, the new opportunities, the sort of new independence that you're feeling. And also when you look at the Tower, it's two people that are falling out of the Tower. So they're having a falling out. So for some of you, it might be a relationship that's run its course, and now it's time for you to move on. The Chariot's there and asking you to step into the driver's seat. So think about that, okay? And then, all right, so we have another major arcana card. So this is the High Priestess. This is the Queen of Silence. She only uses her intuition, and her intuition does her well. So she asks you to use your intuition and let that be your guide. Because for some of you, it might be that you do feel held to something and you want to break away, and maybe you've wanted to break away for a long time, but you've just been sort of like guilty or just felt prisoned to something. And not that you're in a prison, but you just sort of, you feel like you're held, against the ability to just sort of move away on your own. So use your intuition, or if you are the spiritual type, really connect to your spirituality, get into your meditating, see what's coming up there. If you're into prayer, like the Hierophant, that's a traditional value, then pray. Look for messages, look for signals, look for those voices inside you that affirm things in positive ways, not the ones that create doubt and fear and illusion or anger. Listen for the voices that are there, that inner being that wants to guide you to happiness, because that's going to be a very strong thing for you in the month of May. And then we have the King of Cups. So it's not a major arcana, so that's good. So this is a king. It's a mature energy. So the cups are the water signs: Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. They're also watery energy, so they're very artistic. They're very intuitive. This king could be in a design field or an artistic field or a health healing field. Very in touch with his emotions, very in touch with his intuition. It's a yin energy, so it's feminine. So he has no problem expressing his feminine side or thinking in feminine ways. Very open to like esoteric ideas, or just like a really kind of like isn't afraid to show his emotions, loves the arts, loves like animals and things, and just a really sort of like that kind of an energy. So that could be a person coming in to your life. This person is looking out, so this person could come in to assist you, help you move out of all this heavy energy here, take you away from that. It could be a new love, because the cups are of the emotional side, so they represent love. So it could be a person that comes in. It could be a Pisces, could be Cancer, it could be a Scorpio, or just could be a very artistic, very like healing kind of energy. And this person comes in to assist you. If this card is telling you to take on some of these energies, if you have that in you, if you are very artistic, or if you are have more of that watery kind of feminine energy, really bring that out. Use that creatively to also assist you with all these big cards here. Use that energy, because that also is a gateway for you. And then we have, more major arcana. So now we have the Lovers. So that's interesting. So the Lovers is really that kind of soulmate card, that when you meet somebody that just clicks, that there's an instant connection, a connection that will stand the test of time. And it's different than the Devil, because it's interesting with these two cards, because we both have the figure. So the devil, we have the two figures, but they're locked in chains. It's a very lustful kind of, and she's got grapes on her tail, and he's got fire. So it's a very sort of lustfully kind of stimulated, kind of energetic kind of energy, and they're kind of like chained to each other. It's not really necessarily the best relationship. At first it could be a very fun relationship, a way to express yourself sexually, or just just having a lot of stimulated fun. And then you come to the Lovers, and now this is more of an open relationship, a more honest relationship, very true, very authentic relationship. So this is coming towards you, Aquarius. And the King is looking in that direction. The King, for some of you, might be that person. It might be the person that you have that connection with. So be mindful of that. Once again, the cups are the water signs. So that's Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. You can relate to those sun signs, or you can relate to those times of the year. So the cups represent summer. So we're not quite in the summer. So something this summer. I mean, we're in May, so we're close to the summer, but sometime in the summer, this King of Cups energy might come in. That would be like the Cancer month, which is the end of June into July. Or else it might be Scorpio, which is getting further into the year. So that would be October and November. So keep your eyes open, or just if you find an encounter, somebody comes into your life, be mindful of that. Try and remember this, because that person could be this Lover's connection for you. So the final card I draw off the bottom of the deck, which is more about your subconscious. So that's a subconscious energy, and it comes from the King of Pentacles. So the Kings, of course, are the masters. The Pentacles are like the cups, and they're more of a feminine, introverted energy. But the chemicals reign over your finances and your possessions. So it's a mature person. Financially, they are secure. They have great possessions. This is their realm. They're more like a Taurus, because this card is represented by the bull. So that's a Taurus energy. And Tauruses are great with finances, and they're great with attracting a lot of possessions, a lot of quality possessions, they're very refined. They go back to this lady here in the Nine of Pentacles. So subconsciously, you might have this, either there was somebody in your past that represented that kind of energy, or that's a part of you that you're trying to create. You're trying to create this world, and you feel like that you have those capabilities, and you have those skills, and you're not really pulling them out yet, or you feel like you're not being able to utilize these. And it could all go back to all of this, because if you're in a situation that you want to move forward and you're trying to move forward, then you can't really utilize this if you're in a relationship with some other person, and they might be more in control of things, or it might be harder for you to be completely in control, like with the Nine of Pentacles, where she's created her own reality, and so she has everything that she wants, and she can create the home that she wants and the lifestyle that she wants, and she can sort of create anything that she wants. So subconsciously, that might be something in you that you're just aching to get out. Right. So that's going to be the reading for you, Aquarius, for the month of May. I hope you enjoy these readings. I enjoy reading for you. If you like these readings, please subscribe. If you want notifications of upcoming readings, please ring the bell. Comments are very welcome. I will leave descriptions in the description box below. And I do take donations. They're very useful. They're very appreciated. Go to paypal.me/lovegrowstarot. Follow me on Instagram. I do a daily reading there. I use the Kim Kranz cards, the tarot, the animal spirit, and the archetype cards. And I have a lot of fun doing those readings. And I also follow the moon energy, so I post a few moon spreads and things like that, which is also a lot of fun. So that's going to be your reading, Aquarius, for the month of May. You do have a lot of major arcana cards. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. So if you have been feeling this change for some time, now's the time to act. Because this change is going to give you and take you in the direction that you want to go. And it's really going to open a lot of doors of opportunity. And I feel that if you don't take the time to work on these changes, this Devil card is going to really sort of keep you in a place where you don't really want to be. It's like, it's taken its toll, it's past its time. It's time for you to move on and move forward. So please really think about that, Aquarius. Yes, and stay safe as always, and I'll see you next time.